Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my new video. Today, we're going to be ranking every modern Need for Speed map from worst to best. Now, just to let you know, this is just new modern Need for Speed games and no spin-offs games are included in this video, so it's just main Need for Speed games, so yeah. And there's no retro games, so if you want me anything else, let me know down below. But as always, we're going to get started with the actual video. So, the number 5 we have the worst, which is Need for Speed 2015. Now, there's a few reasons why I didn't really like this map and why it's the worst in this current video. Now, in my opinion, why this map sucks the most compared to other Need for Speed games is I just feel like the map is kind of the same, because wherever you drive, the map kind of feels like the same thing now. I know I played this game back then during its prime. It was definitely fun and I really enjoyed the graphics and all, but I just feel like the map was kind of boring. Now some areas was really cool, but besides that, it just didn't feel that same. And also what made it even more boring is that it was only available at night. Now I know some areas were like kind of like dusk, but most of it was like night, and that's kind of what it made it boring in my opinion, and it could have been a lot better in terms of the map. And again, it still has cool areas, but I just feel like a lot of it is kind of the same. And it's set in California, which is not a very impressive map where it takes place, so I think this map could have been a lot better in the area, so yeah. At number 4, we have Need for Speed Payback. Now, this map is a lot better than 2015 for a lot of reasons why. It's still not perfect, but it's a lot better than Need for Speed 2015, because if you look at the map, it's actually pretty big for what it is. And one thing I do really like about the map is that it has a lot more biomes, which is pretty cool. So you'd have the desert, you have the big city, which is supposed to representing Las Vegas and like the whole Nevada, which is what this game's trying to represent. You do have the forest, and you do have like the desert outbacks, which is pretty cool, and it's definitely a pretty fun map to drive on. Now, it's also really fun because it played pretty well, and it actually represented Nevada, which is kind of what a lot of games don't do very well, representing where it's supposed to be. But this game, it does represent pretty well, and it's actually quite fun to play on because it does feel big. It has actual cool landmarks and a lot like places to explore. And even then, it's not perfect because there are better maps out there in the franchise, but I still do think this map is actually quite fun. And sure, sometimes it could feel quite boring, like the roads sometimes could feel like desert and it's boring, but for what it is, it's definitely a pretty fun map, and I do actually enjoy it. So yeah, that is what it is. At number 3, we have Need for Speed Unbound. Now, this map, it's slightly a good map in my opinion. I still think it's a pretty fun game, and the map is pretty good, but I do feel like there are way better maps out there. And one of my issues with the map, in my opinion, is that I just feel like if you drive throughout the map in this game, I just feel like it's very similar to if you drive all over the map, which is one thing I don't really like about this game. And it just feels like kind of the same if you drive all over the map, which in the game, which kind of sucks. It doesn't have a ton of biomes, which is one thing I did wish it would do better. And I do wish the map would be a lot larger because it's kind of small. Now, I'm not trying to say that it's the worst map, because if you play this game online, even the single player, it's pretty fun map because it does have a lot of fun spots in the map, and it's pretty fun. So yeah, it's what's one thing I want to say, but I just feel like this map could have been a lot better, and it could have represented a lot better. Now, it might be like this in real life because this game is supposed to set in Chicago somewhere, that area. But I still think there could have been a lot more better potential with this map. But for what it is, I still do think it's a pretty fun map, and for what it is, it's definitely unique. So yeah. So at number 2, we have Need for Speed Rivals. Now, this map, there's a lot of reasons why I really like this map and why I put this at number 2. So one of the reasons why I really like this map is because this map is super unique. It has a ton of places where you could drive, and anywhere you drive on the map, it feels slightly different, which is one thing I really like about it. In this map, you have a lot of unique areas. You have a lot like roads that you never even knew existed in this game, which is one thing I really liked about this game, and it rewarded players for like exploring the map, and overall it's a really fun map. Now I know it's a bit it's really similar to Need for Speed 2010 Hot Pursuit and Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 20 version, but even then I feel like it's really different and it feels extremely like its own thing, which is one thing I really like about this map in particular. Now, the only thing I'll say I don't really like about this map is that I feel like the map is actually pretty small, because I know it's an older game, but still, I feel like you could drive all over the map in less than like 20 minutes, which kind of sucks. And it does feel like limited a little bit because of how small the map is. But even then, I still feel like this map is a lot better than most Need for Speed games, and still it's a really enjoyable map, and the game looks beautiful also, so that is why I also really like the graphics. It makes the map really fun to play, so this map is really fun. At number one, we have Need for Speed Heat. Now, the reason why I put this at number one is because this map is probably one of the best modern Need for Speed game maps out there. This map is supposed to be set somewhere in Florida, which makes sense, and it actually represents Florida pretty well. Now, I know you might say, oh, it's similar to Unbound, it doesn't have too much miles. But yes, it does feel kind of different throughout the map overall, and I just feel like the map was way better designed, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, and it was really fun to drive on. And when I played this game, the map actually felt different everywhere you drove, and it just felt a lot more better and more polished than any other Need for Speed game out there. Now, I'm not trying to say it's the best map ever, but it's a really fun map, and it's definitely a top 10 the entire map. Alright guys, that is every Need for Speed map ranking. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want me to see rank any other Need for Speed map, or rank any other racing game maps. It'd be really interesting to rank them. But yeah, that is how it is. And this video is based on my opinions. So yeah, if you don't like anything, just let me know in the comments down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace out, guys.